pavilion. Quickly up, Chamberlain sets it far side. Quickly a kill for Alexis Shelton. Oklahoma on the board.
Shelton's a name probably we'll be hearing a lot this afternoon. She's been a key contributor for Oklahoma, and she gets them on the board early.
Take by Monson. Now off to Palazzolo, who is blocked at the net, but goes out of bounds. Irish pick up the point. It's tied at 1 apiece to now send back the transfer from High Point Sydney Palazzolo. And Palazzolo led the Irish on their game on Thursday against Illinois in kills, as she used the top of the net in her favor on the serve. Drunick to Lang off the block. Light tap, Dockery comes in to pick it up. Palazzolo from the back line off the deflection. Sydney Palazzolo.
We're already seeing the strength of the Notre Dame attack in Sydney Palazzolo, but I want to shout out Kaylee Dockery there, reading that light tap for the on the attempted Oklahoma kill, and that's what allowed Notre Dame to win that point.
Misplay there from Oklahoma, but Sydney Palazzolo really doing it. It was another part of the strong force against Illinois.
Yeah, absolutely. She led the team against Illinois with 15 kills, also 40 total attack attempts, so you can see her team trying to set her up. And you can see why early on in this game that will probably continue for the rest of this match.
Misplay by Preston. Point goes the Irish's way as Taylor Preston had to go out of bounds and couldn't get it back over the net in fair territory. Palazzolo working on a service run currently for the Irish. Dug out by Kimoha. Light tap. Quickly over, back set by Chamberlain, no one's there. Ellison tried to go diving for it. Irish in command.
It seems like Oklahoma a little out of sorts perhaps right now. Just not in the right place at the right time, unfortunately for them, and that's why Notre Dame is able to be ahead early on.
Sooners able to just get it over. Dockery digs it out. All to Lang. Kimoha gets it over. Drunick behind the back to Tarnoff. Through the block. Kept alive by the Sooners. Backline attack from Shelton. Kimoha. Chamberlain. Center trying to do it herself. Palazzolo from the back line putting too much on it. Oklahoma finally gets to go back onto the attack and on the serve.
Seemed like there were multiple instances during that point where Oklahoma was dead in the water, and it looked like the score might stretch to 6-1, but a great job, great resilience by them, and they find a way to retake control of that point and end up winning.
Drunick, Tarnoff blocked. Point will go Oklahoma's way after Lang came in contact with the net. Lydia Burtz will go back. Palazzolo from the back line off the deflection. Point Notre Dame.
Palazzolo already a focal point. We're going to say her name every minute of this game, it seems, especially when Notre Dame is on attacking chances. We see a good kill from the back line that lets Notre Dame retake possession of the serve.
Macy Alexander in to serve for Tarnoff on the rotation. And it's a service ace for Macy Alexander, the sophomore. Coming in and doing her job perfectly.
We saw her with a couple service aces Thursday, and that was her first one of today's game, first for either team. Just, again, Oklahoma seemingly little out of sorts, letting that one hit the court inbounds.
Austin sends it right back over herself. Drunick back to the far side. Lang switching speeds, gets it down. It's going to be a timeout for Oklahoma and Aaron Mansfield. He wants to talk it over with his Sooners because it's been all Irish. They lead 8-3.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. this your plan to watch the game today?
Yeah, I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket.
It's not your best plan. But you know what it is? My plan from Verizon. Switch now and they'll give you NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on them.
This plan is amazing.
Another amazing plan? It's backing away from here very slowly.
That's Josh Allen.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us, a $449 value. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, only on Verizon.
Truth is, my schedule's pretty jam-packed these days. I've got school Monday through Friday, jiu-jitsu on Thursdays, and library books I've got to get back by Friday. In my weekend, I've got 2. We know 3 birthday parties on Saturday, and Sunday, that's my me time. I am not willing to give that up.
How's that look?
Works for me.
Works for me.
Hey, Jamie. Oh, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is, but let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for around-the-clock protection with Progressive. Oh. She has another house in Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house, dude.
Well, I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I can. I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Barbie, in theaters now.
Welcome you back here to Purcell Pavilion. Sydney Palazzolo has been leading the charge in this one, and she led it on Thursday against Illinois.
Yeah, a real focal point of this Notre Dame attack, as I keep saying. She had 15 kills to lead the team. She's already had a couple today. Really doing well as Notre Dame is up 8-3. 40 total attacks, too, proving that they're really going to her to try to get those points scored on offense.
AC Alexander's serve just puts a little too much on it. Tarnoff will come back into the game, and that'll set up Talia Ellison, the transfer from Texas State, to the service line. Dockery digs out a serve. Palazzolo through the block. Sydney Palazzolo, talk about her offense, just has the sheer power to be able to get her through the blocks.
Yeah, she certainly hits with the most ferocity on this Notre Dame team. I heard you on Thursday give a call. She had a kill, and you went, bring out the radar gun. And I would have to agree, every time she hits it, there's so much power on that ball. It's so hard to defend.
Cole Drunick, transfer from Georgia Tech, serves for the Irish. Out gets it over. Off the deflection, a strong kill from Taylor Preston, the sophomore outside hitter. 15 kills against Illinois herself. It's back within 4 of the Irish, who set in the pace since the opening moments of this one. Thompson. Lang. Goes over 4, trying to use the top. Schrader keeps it alive. Drunick goes sliding into the scorer's desk. Can't get it back into play.
It's a great point for Oklahoma from start to finish. Good serve, good block, and good execution to take that point.
Thompson floats it over. Lang receives. I'll do a direct set over. Kimoa had to come in diving for it. The libero for the Sooners in this contest. Drunick behind the back to Schrader. Down. Fiona Schrader has taken to the outside hitter role and moved over to the opposite. She was a center last year, but really when you look at it, she is a team player willing to do whatever position the team needs of her.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Rockwell a couple days ago, and she talked about that too, how she's so versatile, how she's so willing to do whatever her team needs her, and she's really filled that outside hitter role extremely well.
Watch the Shelton gets the kill there, but let's take a look at Fiona Schrader's point here on this opposite position. Doing such a great job. Kimoha serves. Drunick to Palazzolo. Point goes towards the Sooners with Palazzolo tacking out of bounds. Not just like that, Oklahoma back within 2 here of the Irish.
I was just about to mention that, how after that timeout, Oklahoma really seeming to find their footing in this game, cutting down on those errors, and they've drawn a lot closer to Notre Dame. As the score now is within 2, and they got a chance to make it 1 here.
Thompson to Schrader, off of Kimoha. Irish pick up the point to get Hattie Monson, Lear Libero to the service line.
Schrader so effective. The only lefty on this Irish team, and she uses that very well. They're going strong side and just overpowering Kimoha of Oklahoma, excuse me.
Oklahoma trying to use every body part they could to get it over. Unsuccessful, though. Preston tossing everything she has behind it.
That kill from Alexis Shelton, only her second of the game, but we're going to see a lot more of that from her. She's one of the premier talents on this Oklahoma team.
Sis. They would like to have to go over the block. And Shelton again with a kill of her own. Alexis Shelton coming in 9th in the Big 12 currently, and hitting percentage at .350. See it here on that last kill.
Just finding that soft spot in the Notre Dame defense and slamming that so hard onto the court. No chance for the Irish to recover.
Palazzolo blocked at the net by Ellison.
What a start to this game, right? Just as we were expecting, a good game. Notre Dame jumps out early, but we're seeing why Oklahoma won 3-0 yesterday as well, as they're coming back in this game.
On the back set. Trinick tried to receive it. It goes high and out of play. Now, first time since 0-0, both teams are now tied back up.
It's been a really strong pushback from Oklahoma, as I mentioned earlier, limiting those mistakes. And other than that, Notre Dame retakes the lead. But Notre Dame has been a little bit less effective on the offense, and Oklahoma's starting to take advantage. We're seeing Shelton start to warm up too, as she got 2 kills in that last stretch, that last streak. So Oklahoma right back in this set.
The Irish send back Kaylee Dockery, who had 2 service aces against Illinois earlier this weekend. Tarnoff tried to keep it alive, but too far out of the reach. The defensive specialist Dockery's reach.
Been very impressed with Dockery, both Thursday and early moments of today. You mentioned she's a defensive specialist. She's very good in that role. You mentioned the service aces, and she's just been rock solid for Notre Dame as one of those, not one of those main names that you see racking up the kills, but one of those depth pieces that they need to be effective and win some games.
Selema Rockwell has seen enough, taking a timeout herself to talk things over with her team here. You look at Oklahoma, they're able to respond after that first call timeout by Aaron Mansfield, and so far they've done a great job, and now the Irish need to try and recompose themselves and get back out in front.
Absolutely. I love this timeout call by Selema Rockwell. You know, you can feel the momentum in this place shifting as Oklahoma has really started to get their feet under them in this game. And for Notre Dame, they've got to be more aggressive on the attack, I believe. Those kills are not coming as easily as they were in the first 10 or 15 points this game. And for them, it's about locking in, getting those points, getting those kills, being effective in that way so that they can get the ball back and get some service attempts going and try to go from there.
For Oklahoma, what do you think they have done well since coming out of that timeout?
Well, I mentioned that Notre Dame needs to be better on offense. Well, that's because Oklahoma's been better on defense, right? They're really not letting Notre Dame get those kills, either Ava Lang or Sydney Palazzolo. They're shutting them both down. And on the same note, it's been Preston who's been turning up for Oklahoma, and she's gotten a couple, and so kind of both offense and defense have been better, and that's kind of why they've gotten 11 points out of the last 16 and why they're in the lead in this game.
Alexis Shelton Sophomore outside hitter. Back to serve for the Sooners. Shelton coming into this one first in the Big 12, 19th nationally with 4.43 kills per set. Then receives a serve. Drunick behind the back to Tarnoff. Kimoha got a forearm on it, but Irish able to pick up the point.
Just what Notre Dame wanted right out of the timeout, a serve going directly on to the forearms of their best receiver in Hattie Monson, and she's able to set up Drunick, who sets up Tarnoff for the point.
Palazzolo serves it out of bounds on the service error, and something that Coach Aaron Mansfield talked to us earlier today about was how serving can be the neutralizer for both teams. If you can serve well, that can be that focal point. However, if you start to commit those errors, that's where you can start to shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, Mansfield mentioned the aggressive style of play he wants his team to play with, and serving is part of that aggressive style. And for them today, they've done better at eliminating those errors as of now, and Notre Dame has not done as good a job eliminating those service errors, and so Oklahoma is able to be in the lead in this game at the moment because they're really doing better at not committing those errors and hitting the ball out of bounds when they're in control.
That violation on Notre Dame. It's Oklahoma the point. Riley Fay, the junior, serves it across. Drunick to the opposite side of Lang. Overpowered. Too much for Lang as Oklahoma picks up the point. They now lead by 3.
There's a display of that defensive adjustment, improving that Oklahoma's making. First the block on Lang, and then forcing her to hit it well out of bounds, and they pick up the point.
Drunick goes sliding by us, keeping it alive. Unable to get it over is Taylor Preston, and Irish able to pick up a point on the miscue.
What work by Nicole Drunick, sliding, running into the table in front of us, keeping it playing. She gets back up, and she may be credited with a block assist on that play as well, as she knocks that down in a tandem block for Notre Dame, and that's a huge point, keeping this game close as we approach the end of the first set.
Macy Alexander back in for the Irish to serve. Already has a service ace today. Quickly taking care of business is Fiffner, a freshman middle blocker from Frisco, Texas.
Fiffner's second kill of the game, again, right in that soft spot in the middle of that Notre Dame defense. We've seen Oklahoma exploit that numerous times so far in this first set.
Yeah, Fiffner's got jumps too. She's on her high school high jump team. Decorated athlete on the track and field team as well. Eliason serves it across. Toots too much on it. Irish to pick up the point, get back within 3, and earlier this year, that was Oklahoma's kryptonite, was the service errors, and Mansfield said serving has been improving. Saw it against Illinois yesterday for the team, how he said they took a jump forward in their serve, and once again, staying aggressive, but also finding that soft spot and finding that grace area where you can be attacking, but also keeping it in play.
And it's going to come with time for Oklahoma. It's only their 6th, 7th game here under the new head coach, Aaron Mansfield, and so it'll come, right? For now, they're just working on it. The coach has been emphasizing it, how they can find that balance between aggression and effectiveness, and you're seeing it pretty well in this game. Only 1 service error for them so far, or 2, pardon me.
Palazzolo digs it across the net. Block put up. Shelton's able to get the point for the Sooners, and this is a Sooners team that Coach Aaron Mansfield was very open with us about as Irish take a timeout.
Falling down early, they found their footing. That's allowed them to take a 5-point lead. They're just 4 points away from taking that all-important first set.
Yeah, both these two teams, the numbers don't lie. For Oklahoma, they are 4-0 when winning the first set. For Notre Dame on the other side, they are 3-1 when winning the first set. So if you're able to get the first set so far in this young season in 2023, they prove to be the victors, and history is on their side if you're able to win this one here. Reason why Salima Rockwell being aggressive with her timeouts here. Sydney Thompson gets it over. Drunick gets it in. Great play by McDowell on the light tap. Pfiffner. Monson with a beautiful save. Schrader will just get it over. Set up the defense. Pfiffner off the block. Drunick to Lang. Down and finds the hardwood.
What a point for Notre Dame. What a crucial point. You could feel the desperation they were playing with. Hattie Monson with 2 digs. Nicole Drunick, couple great sets. And it's eventually Ava Lang, one of the girls we talked about in the Open, who slams it down for the kill, and Notre Dame is back in it.
Anitsis serves it across. Anitsis gets the dig. Monson passes it to Palazzolo. Throw the block, however, on the double touch. Irish are able to pick up the point. Since that timeout, you're starting to see why Rockwell called it reaping the benefits so far.
Yeah, they put Alyssa Benitez in the game, such a smart player, only standing at 5 foot, but reads the game so well. The big dig on that last point, allowing them to win it. And they win another one as that kill attempt goes out of bounds. And all of a sudden, Notre Dame is right back in it, and Oklahoma uses a timeout.
Oklahoma using a timeout on the other side. Both teams starting to feel it, as it was 21-16, and now for the Irish currently, they sit at 21-19. It's a big spot. Irish continuing to
out in a game when you're winning 21-19, using your last timeout of a set, but you could feel that Notre Dame was playing with desperation coming out of their own timeout, and so just settling it down on the road too. The crowd's starting to get into it. We're starting to hear them for the first time since early on in this game. And so for Oklahoma, just kind of slowing the game down, I want to say, for Oklahoma, as we see associate coach Craig Dwyer not pleased on the Oklahoma sideline.
Yeah, Craig Dwyer for Notre Dame is part of the fabulous staff Salima Rockwell put together. Craig Dwyer, Sarah Matthews, Paul Comser, the new addition, as you're now allowed to have 3 assistant coaches on the team. Something that Salima Rockwell speaks volumes of is she trusts her coaches more than anything else. She loves her staff. She's known her staff for so long, and that's why you have Craig Dwyer being in there, understanding how important everything is, and he leads the charge on the serves as well. That's what's all in that notebook. Those are scouting reports and where he wants to see the serve, and that's going to be big here from Aditsis. Oklahoma picks up the point on the service error, and now they're 3 away from closing out the set.
Unfortunate break for Alyssa Benitez. She's been so solid to start this year, but it's an untimely error, and it gives momentum and the ball right back to Oklahoma.
Drunick behind the back. Schrader. Say comes in contact with the net. Irish pick up the point. Hattie Monson, the libero, now back to serve. Something that both coaches talked to us about was having the liberos be a little more vocal when they're on the court. And so far today, both of them have done a fabulous job of being vocal, talking through the defense. Quickly, making no mistake, is Alexis Shelton. As quick as it was in the air, it was on the ground.
You mentioned both teams' liberos before that kill. But first, we're going to get a look at the kill from Alexis Shelton. Just again, that middle part of the defense for Notre Dame, just so much space there, and she finds it effortlessly.
Drunick's got to go running for it. Light tap by Schrader. And Irish able to pick up the point.
Back to the point about the liberos now that we get a second. For Hattie Monson and Notre Dame, going into the year, a big retention for Salima Rockwell. She was so happy to bring her back. She's done a really good job stepping up to Coach Rockwell's demands for her to be more vocal on the court. And on the flip side, for the Oklahoma Sooners, it's Kimaha, the libero, who is coming off injury, starting to warm up a little bit as this season gets more underway. It's been a little bit of a slow start for her, but she's starting to get better, and her coach has noticed that.
Palazzolo through the block. Sydney Palazzolo takes the opportunity given to her. Is able to reap the benefits with a kill.
Through 2 blockers nonetheless for Palazzolo, just so effective in that position. Such a great pickup for Notre Dame during the transfer portal this offseason.
Dockery digs it out. Drunick there as well. Palazzolo. What a point for the Irish. Defense turns to offense.
Wow. Wow is all I can say to that. Kaylee Dockery for Notre Dame, such an impressive start to this game. What a read there to dig that kill out of the ground and put Notre Dame in a great position in a tie game.
Palazzolo blocks it on the line and gets it back over. Dockery digs it out. Drunick up over to Palazzolo, trying to work it through the blocks, unable to. Ellison was there. Chamberlain. Dockery gets a forearm on it. Manitsis keeps it in the air. Tarnoff gets it over. Chamberlain gets it down for the kill from Lydia Burtz. The Irish still looking to be positive here.
So we get a look at Kaylee Dockery, who asked for a second as she is good now. Seemed like maybe just got the wind knocked out of her on a great diving effort to keep that point alive. They're going to need to do it again. They do not want to lose this first set.
Service error. Irish keep themselves in it. We're pushing past 25 here. It's got to be a win by 2 here.
Advantage Notre Dame here with Palazzolo on the service line.
Off the block. Monson came up for Tarnoff there. Gets it over. Opportunity. Burt's able to answer. Picks up the point for the Sooners.
Just resilience on offense for Oklahoma there. And Burt's eventually gets that kill. And for Oklahoma, this would be a huge set after falling down early in this one to come all the way back and hold off Notre Dame's comeback attempt at the end for themselves. See if they can get it done.
Set point for the Sooners. Drunick up over to Lang. White tap finds Hardwood.
What a gutsy play from Ava Lang. Not often do you see such an effective light tap, but great read by her to see that space, take a little bit of velocity off of that kill, get past the initial blocking line, and this game is tied again.
Irish bring in Macy Alexander for the serve. She floats it over. Quickly, out of bounds, too much on it by Ellison. And now Irish in the driver's seat. They sit in set point with Macy Alexander back to serve. Alexander already has 1 service ace today. Gets it over. Quick kill that's put down by Taylor Preston.
Taylor Preston, a name we haven't heard too much to start this game, but one we may expect to hear more as the game progresses. A great kill there to keep the set alive.
Send back. Working it through is Lang. The emotion showing. And now Irish back in set point position. We talked about it, Charlie. Both these 2 teams we thought were equally matched, and so far today, here in set 1, they're living up to it.
What else could you expect from this matchup? We knew going into it, as you mentioned, it was going to be a great game. It's the first overtime of the season for Notre Dame in a set as they look to close it out right here, 28-26. But I just want to shout out Ava Lang on that point. We mentioned her to tie it at 25 with that soft touch, but that one just powering it through the Oklahoma blocking line, and Notre Dame's got a chance here.
Drunick. Quickly. And down for the point with Preston getting another kill. And we're continuing on here. Normally in a regular set, The max is to 25, but got to win by 2. Both teams putting on a fabulous effort to not allow the other one to sneak away here with set 1. Lang, misplay, gets Oklahoma the point, and now the Sooners on the attack and have the opportunity to close out set 1.
Looked like Lang may have just mistimed her jump slightly there, throwing everything off kilter. That's what led to the error.
Thompson serves it over. Drunick down to a knee. Lang, Kimohawk digs it out. Quickly on the other side. Drunick keeping alive. Monson to Lang. Back to the far side. Shelton rejected. However, goes out of bounds on the deflection. Weekend on the road. They will return home next weekend, but start their season, they've been road warriors, and so far they've been able to get it done just like that on the serve, pick up a point.
Coach Manfield mentions how the bonding opportunities that being on the road presents are so valuable, especially for such a new group. And for Oklahoma, it certainly worked out for them so far in this season and in this game.
Dockery lays out for it to get it back over. Shelton able to lure through the block to pick up the point. Peyton Chamberlain, the setter for the Sooners, serving. Drunick behind the back to Tarnoff, off the deflection. Sooners keep it alive. Going directly over, Dockery's able to keep it. Chamberlain off the block. Allison keeps it alive. Shelton. Lang will just go over. Moha looking for. Now, Aaron Mansfield's talking to the second referee, EJ Swartz, about something. I think he was looking to see if she crossed the line where the second line is unable to cross. But after the conversation, Swartz gives Rob Rodriguez, the first referee, the go-ahead to continue. Build-up from motion for Shelton, who comes in contact with the net. Irish able to pick up the point, tie this thing back up at 2.
Great 2 points for Notre Dame there, especially that first one to get on the board in this set. Kaylee Dockery laying out for 2 digs. And just the whole team buying into what they needed to do to win that point, and it's allowed them to win a couple more in a row.
Miscue and a service ace for Sydney Palazzolo.
Just add another stat to the stat book on her to start this season. It's another thing she's doing well.
Palazzolo finds the opening and gets it down. Sydney Palazzolo. What more can we say about it?
Not sure. I feel like we've used all the adjectives in the bank we could think of. Finding that hole in the middle of the Oklahoma defense. We've seen Oklahoma be effective with that on their own kills. Taste of their own medicine as Palazzolo delivers the bad news.
Now, go on the other side with Alexis Shelton. Spark plug of the Sooners team so far today. She goes to the service line. Drunick behind the back. Palazzolo trying to go directly over with Burtz. Irish able to pick up the point, though.
Not often do you see a volleyball team not use all 3 of their delegated hits intentionally to win a point, but there Lauren Tarnoff, saw an opportunity and did just that. Found some hardwood, and Notre Dame's got a 5-3 lead.
Chamberlain on the back. Allison gets the kill for Oklahoma off the deflection. And for Salema Rockwell, that just shows how much trust she has in her team to once again trust Tarnoff just to make the plays out there on the court.
Yeah, and that's something that it has to be a trust-based relationship between coach and player, and that trust-based relationship is there for Notre Dame, and it's always a good thing when you have that, right? It's hard to be an effective team if the players don't buy in and trust the coaches, and it's the other way around too. And so for Notre Dame and Lauren Tarnoff on that last play, that allowed her to make that split-second decision.
Palazzolo works it through the block of Pfeiffer. Sydney Palazzolo gets the point for the Irish to send back Nicole Drunick.
We get another look at that last kill. Very far from the net for Palazzolo, but just so powerful. It overpowers the blocking line of Pfiffner.
Off the net, point for Oklahoma on the deflection. Ellison. Serves it into the net. Irish pick up the point. Alyssa Manitsis will come in to serve now for the Irish. And fabulous passer. But volleyball somewhat runs in her blood. Sister Nadia plays volleyball over at McNeese State. This play is going to send Oklahoma out of system. Irish now going to have a great opportunity to set up their offense. And who else but Palazzolo capitalizes on it.
Good effort from Peyton Chamberlain for the Sooners, but as you mentioned, it took them out of system, took them out of formation, and Notre Dame sensed blood and took advantage, and a great kill from Palazzolo.
Drunick to McDowell. Couldn't get it over the net.
Not often do we see Nicole Drunick perhaps not set it as well as she would like to, and in that case, not high enough for McDowell to get a good enough chance at a kill. And immediately after that went into the net, she looked at her teammate and went, "My bad." So, and much better work there, and that allows for the kill for Notre Dame on that play.
Fiona Schrader sends Thompson back to try and dig it out, but just had so much power on it that sent her back and couldn't get the ball back with forward momentum. Thompson gets it over. Shelton. Palazzolo off the block. Pfiffner keeps it in. Back to Palazzolo again. Trying to get cheeky and turn the corner on it, but unable to find the hardwood.
Perhaps trying to do a little bit too much was Palazzolo. Not in a perfect killing position. You'd like to see her just try to get that over, maybe get a lucky block out of bounds. Perhaps she tried to be too fancy and hits it out of bounds.
Drunick behind the back to Schrader. Coral Blagojevich couldn't corral it.
I like what you did there.
Yeah. And now Dockery back for the serve on the Irish. And this is someone Salima Rockwell thought took that next step from sophomore year into sophomore year from freshman year. Shelton gets it down for the kill. And Dockery was a contributor for the team as a freshman, but really has taken that step up this year so far as a defensive specialist, coming in and playing a stout back line.
Yeah, probably one of the most underrated players on this Notre Dame roster. She's so effective at reading the play, like so many of these Irish are. But her especially, we've seen in this game, her ability to read it, to keep balls alive, to keep plays alive. And you mentioned that was something that she wasn't as good at last year, and now she's stepping up, she's improving as a player, and it's really showing in this game.
And you get a full offseason if you're Dockery here and the sophomores last year, and fully under Salima Rockwell, who's now in her second season, in a similar spot where they were last year with Erin Mansfield. Salima Rockwell understands what it means to be a first-year head coach and have that opportunity, and you're somewhat going on the fly and changing things day by day, but now full year to implement the system, and Dockery's been able to shine in it. Sooners able to pick up the point. Alexis Shelton now serve. Shelton last year was on the All Big 12 rookie team. Lang tried to go cross court. Shelton from the back line couldn't get it over the net. Irish able to pick up the point.
One of the rare mistakes we've seen from Alexis Shelton to start this game. She's been so effective. Notre Dame is really does not have an answer for her. That's their answer, is hoping that she slams it into the net. And in that case, she does, and Notre Dame takes back service possession.
Chamberlain sets it up, and Irish able to get a point, though.
Lydia Burt's there on the air for the Sooners. Seemed to get a little too excited to hit that one. Didn't wait for it to come down far enough, and didn't hit it with the center of her hand, and spills way out of bounds.
Chamberlain back over to Preston. Irish keep it alive. Now over to Lang off the block. They'll say the block of the Sooners comes in contact with the net. And timeout will come for Aaron Mansfield and the Oklahoma Sooners. Notre Dame leading by 4 here in this second set. Quick play, light tap by Preston. Off the deflection from the back line. Sydney Palazzolo is able to pick up a kill. Irish lead by 5 now. Macy Alexander now serving. Already has to go down low to the ground, but Preston finds the opportunity in open space.
Sorry, Jacob, I just want to say already 12 kills for Sydney Palazzolo in this game, off to a really strong start, carrying this Notre Dame offense right now, and she's doing a really good job of finding space and finding those holes in the Oklahoma defense. And in this set in particular, she's been very effective.
That's what Aaron Mansfield was talking to us pregame about today, was if you were able to control Palazzolo and Lang, the two outside hitters, you stood a shot. But right now, for the most part, they've done a good job. But here in this second set, it's been Palazzolo and Lang doing a lot of the damage. Allison trying to go in. Palazzolo sends it on the attack, just too far out of reach of the diving Riley Fay. And there's your point there, with Palazzolo doing a lot of the damage here for this Irish in this second set.
Yeah, you mentioned how they want to neutralize those outside hitters. They've done a pretty decent job on the freshman Ava Lang, but the veteran experience of Sydney Palazzolo for now has just been too much to handle for Oklahoma, especially in this second set. We get another conversation between Mansfield and the officials.
Another conversation being had between Swartz and Mansfield. Drunick send it over to Shelton. Preston works it through the block. And a big point for Oklahoma. Finally get themselves back on the attack. Drunick out for Lang, tried to go for the opening cross court, but can't get it over the net.
Good job by the Oklahoma blocking line at the net, really giving Lang nothing, forcing her to try to get creative, and doesn't work out, so the Sooners pick up the point.
Ellison serves it over. Drunick to Palazzolo from the back line. What a kill.
As we get another look at that most recent kill from Palazzolo, we've seen her really, unlike the game Thursday, she's been more effective from that back line, as you mentioned, from further away from the net on those kills. We get another one there where she's just overpowering the Oklahoma defense.
Back. Goes out of bounds on the misplay. Fiffner tried to turn the corner, but trying to get a flexion off the Irish, but is unsuccessful. Simonitsis floats it over. Preston off the block. Monson tried to come in to save it on the pancakes, unable to get in.
Great work by Preston, just finding a way to get it far enough through the blocking line for Notre Dame and winning that point for Oklahoma. You didn't want to see, if you're a Sooners fan, you did not want to see the lead go to 6. We saw in the first set Notre Dame crawl back from a deficit similar to 18-14, so certainly some hope here for the Sooners despite this deficit.
Through it to McDowell. Ball was right in Chamberlain's platform already, but wasn't prepared for it to come right at her.
First kill for McDowell in this game. Sorry to interrupt you, Jacob, but someone who had a couple kills at timely moments against Illinois. Good to see her get on the board here for Notre Dame in the second set.
Power from Alexis Shelton. Had 12 blocks earlier this weekend against Illinois, and so far today continuing to stay hot. Already has 9 kills.
It seems like none of those kills are mistakes or luck-based. They're all just so powerful, so strong. She's really been the MVP for Oklahoma in this game.
Service error by Oklahoma, but take a look at this kill from Alexis Shelton.
Hattie Monson is reliable as it gets for Notre Dame, but Shelton's kill just so strong. It went off Monson and way almost into the stands, so no chance for Notre Dame to return that as Shelton continues to shine.
Shelton to Monson, gets it over with her own forearm. Kimoha gets it to Shelton off the block. Monson digs it out. Palazzolo off the deflection. And now a timeout from Aaron Mansfield. Try and talk things over with his team as it's been all Irish since coming out of the commercial.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at that last point and I'm thinking that's the first time really in this set and perhaps even in this game where that blocking line of Drunick and Tarnoff has gotten a true hand on one of those Shelton kills, and that allows Notre Dame a little bit more time to read it, a little bit more time to get set, and allows Palazzolo to come in there for the kill, and a big point for Notre Dame. They stretch the lead to 6.
And for Notre Dame, they set themselves up really strong on Thursday going up against Illinois, and they put together a 3-straight win. Ferentary, she might be the most prolific killer you will ever see from a Big Ten team. Have to make a case for herself again so far, what we saw this weekend for Shelton off the block and the deflection. Sooners able to pick up the point.
That's a good point. You mentioned Raina Terra for Illinois. It was a tough week for her team, but she really shined in both games. The game lead in kills both times. And for Notre Dame, they have a similar situation here with Alexis Shelton, who's off to a strong start. So how are they going to be able to respond like they were able to respond to Raina Terry? Can they make that adjustment?
Shelton will just get it over. Monson comes in for it. Drunick's able to set it. Now Palazzolo gets cheeky, goes with right over. Drunick back to Palazzolo. Gets blocked by Ellison and Burtz. A big block from the Sooners to quiet Palazzolo. Peyton Chamberlain now to serve. Puts it into the net. Irish able to pick up a point.
Untimely service error for Oklahoma. We mentioned how they can be prone to that. They've done a pretty decent job in this game limiting those errors, but there didn't work out, and Notre Dame takes back the serve.
Shelton finds an opening and puts it there.
Be interesting the rest of the game to see if Notre Dame has an adjustment, has a response. Just another kill from Alexis Shelton. She's been so effective by the net in this game. Drawing the score a little bit closer.
Lang. Shelton digs it out. Preston, light tap. Tarnoff gets a single hand on it. Sooners able to pick up the point. And for the Irish, they're 3 away from closing out this second set. OU was able to pick up the first one. Seeing this huddle right now, I think this speaks volumes, as it is mainly player-led, with Rockwell now just finally getting in there and having that conversation.
Yeah, great team chemistry here for Notre Dame, and you love to hear that as a coach and as a fan, that the girls love each other. They play for each other. They go out there. They'll dive all over the ground for each other. We've seen Kaylee Dockery go basically every single position trying to keep the ball alive in this game. It's just such a great dynamic when you have a team like that. We see Hattie Monson in the middle of that huddle. We know that Selena Rockwell wants her to be a really good leader, and she seems to be living up to that in the early parts of this season.
Rockwell trying to ice Shelton. It's on a 3-0 scoring run currently for the Sooners.
This point coming up is going to be absolutely critical. Can Notre Dame win this next point and really retake momentum? Not only retake momentum, but just get 2 points away. Whereas if Oklahoma wins this point, they've got all the momentum, they've got all the mojo, and they're only down 1, and they have a great server on the service line.
Chernick, back to Tarnoff. Tap. Beautiful placement by Lauren Tarnoff in the back corner. Gets it down. Irish now within 2 of closing out this second set.
We were here early and we watched warm-ups, and Lauren Tarnoff was practicing a play like that. And we see it come to fruition, is just right over the head of the libero for the Sooners and onto the hardwood, and a huge point for the Irish.
Chernick. Tolang blocked. Alexander trying to dig it. But Oklahoma feel themselves.
Part of the block there for the Sooners, Lydia Burtz, standing at 6'3", just towering over that net, leaving no room, essentially, for that kill attempt. And that's a huge reason why that point went Oklahoma's way, and they've got another chance to get right back in this set.
Dockery digs it out. Back to Lang, goes right over. Drunick! Oh, man! Nicole Drunick's got offense for days.
What a gutsy play from Nicole Drunick. We saw her a couple times on Thursday try this play. That's the first time she's tried it today. And look at the shock on the faces and the reactions of the Oklahoma players. What a timely risk for Nicole Drunick, and it pays off perfectly. Just a great play by a veteran with experience and knowledge of the game, and knowledge of the situation. And it's a set point for Notre Dame. Perhaps.
And now, after a conversation with Aaron Mansfield, E.J. Swartz blows his whistle, and he'll go over to the monitor.
I think they're challenging that there may have been a net violation on Nicole Drunick on that last kill. Of course, the call on the field is no net violation, so there would have to be something conclusive there to overturn it.
Yeah, have to have that conclusive evidence, and that's part of the now standard replay system here in collegiate softball. Have the opportunity to challenge, have 2 challenges a game.
Here should be a good look from our net cam. Not seeing it, Jacob.
And not seeing it, not even crossing over the halfway line, if that's what they're calling on. And maybe they want to look at a double touch there too as well, but
could also just be a last-ditch effort in this set from Oklahoma, as unless we see a different angle that shows otherwise, it certainly looked like, although the net was moving, it was not Drunick who caused it to move, right? And we do get it official now. It is Notre Dame's point, so Oklahoma loses one of their challenges, and Notre Dame has a couple chances at set point.
Now Nicole Drunick, the transfer from Georgia Tech, started her collegiate career out in Nebraska, went to the Yellow Jackets, and now going to finish it up in her graduate season here on the campus of the Golden Dome. Drunick gets it over. Preston's able to receive the serve. Fiftner gets it over. Wang. Kimoha behind the back by Chamberlain. Monson comes in sliding. Drunick behind the back. Schrader. Missed play kept alive by Fiftner, but set goes the Irish's way. We're tied at 1 set apiece. An even matchup thus far.
For as many sports as possible, especially volleyball here, as we already know the tradition of excellence the ACC has and the Big 12 getting there as well.
Palazzolo gets it over to start first set. And it's a service ace for Sydney Palazzolo to start things off here in set 3. Palazzolo serves it into the net, though. Give Oklahoma a point.
Generally speaking, Notre Dame has done a good job preventing those service errors. Unfortunately for Palazzolo, hits the net there, but in general, they've done a good job preventing those.
Blocked at the net. Palazzolo from the back line. Puts too much on it. Great IQ play from the entire back line of the Sooners. Let that one go out of bounds.
It's a great point. We saw in the Illinois game Thursday, perhaps Illinois was not letting those balls go out of bounds, but Oklahoma, no hesitation to let that one hit the green around the hardwood and earn themselves the point.
Preston gets it over. Dockery gets it over herself. Preston gets the point on the kill.
Get another look at that most recent kill. What a great setup pass from Peyton Chamberlain to set up that point for Oklahoma.
Drunick goes over herself. Another offensive set from Nicole Drunick. You see the elation on Kaylee Dockery's face. It's all offense.
Just so clever. And we mentioned that when she did it the first time in the second set. Just so, if you can time it as well as that, disguise it as well as that, it's such an effective play. And caught me off guard as well as the Oklahoma Sooners.
Macy Alexander now back to the service line in a loud environment here in Purcell Pavilion. Preston gets it over. Dockery's able to dig it. Drunick from the knees. Shelton lays out for it. Preston, guys go for the opening. Dockery went down diving for it. Oklahoma has an advantage by 1.
Hard-earned point for the Sooners. Really good work by both teams on especially defense in that point, and then Oklahoma gets it done on the offensive to take the lead 4-3.
Took time, and as Peyton Chamberlain had to tie her, she's got to make sure the bunny goes through the hole. Palazzolo receives the serve, can't get it to one of her teammates, and for Peyton Chamberlain, she has been a shining light for Aaron Mansfield as he blatantly put it to us pregame. She's the best setter he's ever coached, and he's got an illustrious career at LMU down in Los Angeles, and having to rule, ultimately playing with Chamberlain, he says she's a special player, and then on top of it, she's playing with only one leg as, see, for the most part, has a bandage up right knee, and really is doing a lot on the court just with that one leg, and is a very athletic setter.
Yeah, great points there, Jacob. I asked Coach before the game, what's one surprise player? What's one player that's one leg, but so athletic? She refuses to come off the court. She refuses because she knows how valuable she is to this team. She knows she can do it even with one leg. Look at that set leading to that point for Oklahoma. Just unbelievable work by her. And as you mentioned, Coach Mansfield said the best setter that he's ever played with, and he knows that setter's a position that can be easily overlooked, but he certainly doesn't overlook her.
And take a look at that bandaged up right knee, and that's not stopping her from contributing on the court for this Sooner team. Schrader trying to go for it. Great layout from the back by Thompson. Palazzolo goes down for it. Drunick gets it back. It's going to be point for the Sooners. Oklahoma's starting to pull away here in this third set.
Certainly defending well, and it's leading to them being able to take 8 of the 12 first points.
Drunick back to Lang. So working it through the block. What a kill from Alexis Shelton.
Timeout, Notre Dame. Good timeout from Rockwell. You don't want to let this set get out of hand early on.
I don't want to let it get out of hand indeed. Oklahoma came out firing here in this third set. They lead by 5.
Working within the church for racial unity is one of the most significant things that I was put on this earth to do. But it's difficult for a nonprofit to have the impact that you want when you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure out fundraising. With the help of the Thrivent member network, we were able to expand our organization's reach beyond my wildest dreams.
Victims, 6 suspects. Who will survive the night?
No one shall leave until I know who did it.
You're doing that thing where you pretend to know more than everyone else.
It was ghost. I will not believe in such things.
You were saying?
Get tickets now for the murder mystery event, only in theaters.
Did you see something?
Who are you talking to?
A Haunting in Venice. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
180! 180!
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
Hold on. Wait, who do you even play for?
T-Mobile. And I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that sack you with a 3-year device contract.
Even I can get sacked?
Not at T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, man. Now can I do the thing?
Do the thing. Excellent.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle.
You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
Thompson back to serve after the timeout from Salima Rockwell. Drunick sets up Palazzolo. Umoha able to go down and grab out the dig. Drunick, far side to Lang, working it through the block. Sooners keep it alive. Alexis Shelton with the kill.
Just unbelievable work by all 6 white sweaters. 5 white sweaters and 1 red sweater for Oklahoma on that point. We got some blocking, we got some digging, and we got a kill from Alexis Shelton, who's just been so effective at that.
Thompson serves it into the net, but Alexis Shelton, how much power she's getting on that arm.
It's like she has a vendetta against the ball every time she goes up for a kill, and with the way she goes after it, it's just unbelievable how ferocious she is going for those kills. Very hard to defend, and Notre Dame has really struggled with that so far in this game.
Shelton, that time, puts a little too much on it. Once again, trying to look for those open territories, which she's been so good at is today with, along with the power, she also has great ball control of finding those openings.
Certainly, Jacob. She's the do-it-all package that you want from someone in her position on the offensive. And really that's allowed her to be so effective in this game. It makes it so difficult to defend when she can come at you with a strong side spike kill from a midpoint kill. She can go cross court. She can go back line. She can go anywhere with all sorts of power, and so it makes it so difficult to defend.
Schrader rejected at the net by Shelton and Burks. Sooners starting to pull away here from the Irish.
Fourth block of the game for Oklahoma as they win that point to make it 12-6. Notre Dame picks up the point here to make it 12-7, but really it's Oklahoma's blocking that's been a noticeable difference in this game. We mentioned these two teams are so tight to each other, but one of the things that is separating them so far has been Oklahoma's ability to get those blocks while Notre Dame has struggled on the blocking front.
Chamberlain to Shelton. Quick point for the Sooners.
There you can see why they've struggled on the blocking front. I mean, just so unbelievable, Alexis Shelton.
Chamberlain needs this, receives. Palazzolo answers for a kill of her own. Getting the Irish back to the service line and trying to start to feel themselves again.
This is the first time we've heard Palazzolo's name in this third set. Finally getting it through the blocking line, down for a kill. Hopefully she can, for her and her team, she can turn that into some momentum as they need it desperately.
Oh, hop to Shelton. Straight down into the hardwood. Alexis Shelton doing all the offense right now for the Sooners. 16 kills so far today.
That's an unbelievable number, and it's just the third set, which makes it even more crazy.
Palazzolo kept it alive. Tarnos able to get it over. Chamberlain to Burt. Drunick gets it over. Preston gets it down. Manitsis able to get a forearm on it. Palazzolo. Shelton keeps it alive. Chamberlain behind the back to Ellison. Chamberlain back to Ellison. Jostled at the line. Crossing the center line is Ellison on the far side. Irish able to pick up the point.
What a great rally. We have two really strong players, one on each team who can really kill, but so we're not seeing so many of those long rallies that we can see, but there was a difference. We saw a really long rally and good work by Notre Dame to come away with the point.
This play by Oklahoma gives Notre Dame the point. Palazzolo back to serve for the Irish. Palazzolo serves it into the net. And coming in quickly on that substitution is Lucy Trump. First time we're seeing her in-game action this weekend for the Irish. Rockwell was, I think she was platooning the opposite side position between Fiona Schrader and Lucy Trump. Faye sends it over. Tarnoff goes to Trump. Has it blocked at the net.
Lucy Trump, someone who last year was one of the premier players for Notre Dame. Less of a role this year with the new transfers brought in, but still a crucial part of that depth for Notre Dame. And if anyone were to get hurt, she would have to step up into a big role for this Irish team.
Drunick to Tarnoff. Tried to go cross court. Can't get it down in time. Now a timeout for Salima Rockwell. Talk things over with her team.
Throwing so quickly.
And for Salima Rockwell, that was one of her big things when she got hired last year. She wanted to build this community and have the Notre Dame community come in support the volleyball team. Trump works it over the block. Faye gets it up to Preston. Drunick, Palazzolo from the back line. Faye sends it our way.
Right into my hands.
Yeah. Great placement there, Charlie. I got to give you props right there. You were out and ready for it.
Yeah, jacket on and all.
Oh, yeah.
About as long as my extension can reach. Keeping it from hitting the monitor in front of me, that would be a disaster.
Macy Alexander now back to serve. Shelton digs it out low to the ground. Fiftner is able to get a kill easily there for the Sooners.
A little bit different timing on this kill as Fiftner hits it right away, even while it's still going up perhaps. And that's why it caught Notre Dame off guard, and that's why it got down for the kill.
Olsen back. Misplay by Dockery. Couldn't get it to one of her teammates. And back line right now stacked on the receive. Olsen gets it over to Trump. Drunick jostles. Sooners able to keep it alive. Palazzolo hits the floor. Up to the opposite side for Trump, but she's blocked by Fiftner. That block has really, like you talked about, been the deciding factor so far in this third set for the Sooners. That's something that Coach Rockwell was talking about this weekend, is trying to command the block, work over bigger blocks, because that's what they're going to face in a very stacked ACC team.
Absolutely, and we see, go back to 2 points ago in that block by Oklahoma, it's been really noticeable as the second set progressed and in this third set, their ability to get those blocks that Notre Dame just hasn't been able to get. As there's another one and allows them to pick up another point as they're doubling Notre Dame in a decisive third set.
Oklahoma leading 22-11. Sooners currently on a 4-0 scoring run. Drunick, Palazzolo, Kimoha up to Preston, just out of the reach of Monson.
So we get a look there, what makes Peyton Chamberlain so valuable. Palazzolo going for the soft touch to get it over and right into the setting hands of Chamberlain, who was not even close to being fooled. And that allowed a clean, easy possession for Oklahoma and allowed them to win that point.
Service error. Gets Erich back to the service line, try and find themselves on the attack with Oklahoma.
It's going to be very difficult to win this set for Notre Dame, but right now, as this set wanes down, it's about building momentum and trying to get something going right into that critical fourth set that they will need to win to stay alive.
Someone that has everything going right now is Alexis Shelton with another kill there. Now has 18 on the day for the Sooners.
Also a ridiculous .424 hitting percentage. Just unbelievable numbers from her so far today.
Trump has it rejected. Irish able to pick up the point, though, as it goes out of bounds.
Good to see Lucy Trump with her first kill. Her first .1 for Notre Dame as she comes out of the game. That's got to feel good for her getting in, contributing before heading back out.
Irish will be able to pick up the point on a double touch by Peyton Chamberlain. And Irish within 10 here with Alyssa Manitsis. Back to serve, but Oklahoma in firm control, trying to get set point. Irish cross and make contact with the net. Sooners able to knot things up here, and they now
fantastic, but it's just showing how good Shelton has been, and it's allowing her team to take a 2-1 lead in sets in this match.
Schrader target Shelton is just out of her reach. Irish trying to regain the momentum. See Fiona Schrader there. She's limited up, trying to bring that little extra juice back into this.
Yeah, Notre Dame needs to play with a lot of energy and emotion here, backs against the wall. Put everything you have into this set. Try to win it and stay alive in this game.
Bartz gets it down. Oklahoma's able to pick up the point. Burks on middle blockers for the Sooners team. Palazzolo finds Hardwood, make it a kill.
That's someone who had a pretty quiet third set by her standards, and they're going to need her to be really excellent the rest of the way if they want to win this game. That's a great start for her, finding some hardwood. No drama, just easy kill, no doubt about it.
Dockery gets it over. So we'll just have to get it across. Drunick in motion. Tarnoff. Dockery came in on the backside to try and provide defense, but goes out of bounds. Oklahoma able to pick up a point.
Looked like a point Notre Dame would be in control of. Oklahoma not able to set up a kill attempt, but Oklahoma defends well, pick up another block, and they tie the game.
Drunick up to Palazzolo. Kept alive by Ellison. Preston gets it over. Monson digs it out. Drunick goes out to grab it. Manitsis just gets it over. Chamberlain to Preston. Blocked at the net. Chamberlain again by Fiffner. Gets it down. On the kill. Freshman Hannah Fiffner has come in and has been a breath of fresh air for this Sooner team. Alzolo goes right at Kimoha and unable to corral it.
Kimoha usually so solid in that libero position, but just overpowered on the kill from Sydney Palazzolo, and another kill for her. A strong start to this fourth set that Notre Dame desperately needs.
And Kimoha also has a broken finger, missed a large majority of the preseason due to the broken finger, and has been slowly starting to get back into where Coach Mansfield thinks she'll be able to play and the level of play. So having your libero be in that position, have a broken finger, but still is doing a great job so far in playing through it, rehabbing it, being able to be on the court for the Sooners.
Yeah, you mentioned, we briefly touched on it earlier in this broadcast, how Oklahoma and Coach Mansfield wants Kimoha to be a leader. They want her to step up into that crucial role that every team needs if they want to be successful, and we're seeing signs of it today, especially in her on-court play and her ability to get those digs and keep plays alive, and see if that can continue for her. As you mentioned, she continues to rehab from that broken finger.
Trump blocked at the net by Fiffner and Shelton.
Oklahoma continuing to improve and be dominant in those blocks. Just great work getting their hands in the right spots and knocking that ball down before it had any chance of landing on their side of the court.
Fiffner goes right over. Irish able to keep it alive somehow. Monson, that sets up Shelton, able to get the kill. Big point there. Sooners leading by 4.
We get another look. Just what else can you say about Alexis Shelton in this game? So efficient, so effective on those kills. Almost seems like there's never a chance for Notre Dame if she has it lined up perfectly. She has it exactly where she wants it.
Macy Alexander comes in for the serve out of Portland, Oregon, in Jesuit High School. Drunick, Palazzolo. Misplay by Dockery. Had a a hand on it. Couldn't get it to change directions.
We're seeing Notre Dame start to make some adjustments. A block on the initial kill attempt. We saw a block earlier in this set as they certainly know what they have to do, and they're beginning to execute that a little bit better, but Oklahoma just staying with it, and they're winning these points even despite the Notre Dame blocks.
Drunek to Trump. And quickly, Irish able to capitalize. Lucy Trump's able to work it over the block, and on the deflection, Irish able to pick up a point.
Good work by Trump into this game in the third set. Staying in the fourth set, Coach Rockwell liked what she saw, so she keeps her in, and she's delivered so far.
Spawning on the other side is Alexis Shelton.
Another look at another kill from Alexis Shelton. Just so good at finding the areas on the court that are vacated is there. She has been going to the middle a lot in this game. Notre Dame takes the middle away there, and she just goes to the far side as easy as can be.
Trump blocked at the net by Burtz. For the Irish, backs against the wall. Got to try and pick up a win here, or Oklahoma go home with a clean sweep on the weekend. Dowell able to find Hardwood, get the kill.
The officials pointed both directions. Not sure whose point. Now they point towards Notre Dame again, so it will be Notre Dame's point. From our vantage point, that certainly looked inbounds, and no challenge from Mansfield, so it will indeed be Notre Dame's point.
Chamberlain on the back end motion for Ellison. Irish picking up a point again and trying to create a service run here with Lucy Trump on the service line. Was an all-ACC academic team member last year, Trump was. Shelton working it right through the block of McDowell.
Chamberlain with an unbelievable pass there. A bump over her shoulder, behind her back, right where it needed to be. Making it too easy for Alexis Shelton. Just what a pass.
Schrader through the block, just out of the reach of Chamberlain. Irish picking up a point.
Notre Dame certainly staying competitive in this set. They've had opportunities where it looked like Oklahoma may be pulling away, but Notre Dame just staying with it. They've got a chance here to bring it back to even closer and make this a real competitive set.
Chamberlain cross side set. Preston goes out of bounds. Irish in that high IQ on that back line between Monson and Manitsis right now. Allows that one to go out of bounds. Into Preston. Chamberlain to Burt's, blocked solely by Tarnoff. Out on an island, Tarnoff's able to capitalize.
What an unbelievable block. Just recently into the game, you mentioned it, solo, out on an island, just doing it all herself. What a great point for Lauren Tarnoff and the Fighting Irish.
Irish pick up another, and now back tied at 11. Bench starting to feel it here. They understand it's at a timeout from Aaron Mansfield. Irish behind Hattie Monson on a 3-0 scoring run. Mansfield taking a time at UCLA and Texas, but that upcoming schedule, it's a gauntlet. They are tested heavily, and right now they're being tested by the Irish. It's going on a service run. They now on a 5-0 scoring run. And talk about the addition to the Big 12 of University of Central Florida, adding to the Big 12 and all that they provide in volleyball as well. Palazzolo finds the hardwood. Irish starting to try and work a comeback here.
Seemingly out of nowhere, they've started to take control of this game. Just all the right things, pushing all the right buttons right now on this scoring run, and it will continue.
Preston light tap. Drunick came in for miscommunication between Schrader, Tarnoff, and Drunick, who are all in the vicinity. After the 6-0 scoring run, they'll finally turn it over to the Sooners. They bring in Faye to serve.
First time today we've seen Riley Faye, the junior out of Iowa City. See what she does from the service line.
Schrader, Faye stepped in for Preston. Puts it on the green. Irish bench is loving it. They got towels. Paris Thompson leading the charge down on the bench. They're feeling it. They understand their backs are up or against the wall, but trying to root that comeback. And Paris Thompson at 20 with that towel. She is waving it like a terrible towel. Chamberlain gets it back for Preston. Tarnoff dropped to an knee. Great placement. And great communication on the offensive side for the Sooners.
Taylor Preston just finding hardwood on that play. Right in the soft spot of the Notre Dame defense. That was a really tough play for her. Well-earned kill. Really smart one at that.
Palazzolo splits it between Ellison and Shelton. Irish, that will pick up a point.
She's really improved in this fourth set for Notre Dame. Another kill there for their keystone, Sydney Palazzolo.
Palazzolo commits the service error.
We have seen that from her today, though, a couple times on that service error. She has been so effective on the kills as an outside hitter, but serves have been a little inconsistent from her, and that's something she'll definitely be looking to clean up. She's very hard on herself, the standard she has for herself, so she'll definitely be improving that as the season goes along.
Shelton rejected at the net. Oklahoma gets it over somehow. Tarnoff. Chamberlain back over to Shelton, blocked by Drunick and Tarnoff. Hefner gets it down for the kill.
Another example of Notre Dame executing on a block, but eventually resulting in a kill for the Oklahoma Sooners anyway, as we get a stoppage on the court, perhaps a challenge, Jacob?
Challenge, and Salema Rockwell going for the green card to go over to EJ Swartz, asking whether there was a deflection on it and whether Irish ever came in contact with it. Right now, how it stands off the point, teams are tied.
Looking like it could be another great set like the first one, perhaps. Even the second set was a really close battle all the way through. Third set seems like a bit of an anomaly between these two teams, as this fourth one is really tightened up. Notre Dame playing a lot better. Oklahoma making a couple kill errors, hitting it out of bounds sometimes, as could be here. We'll have to see based on the results of the challenge, but in general, it's just been such a good volleyball game as we get another look.
So what we look for here is whether the finger goes back or you see a change of direction in the ball. So let's see whether that left hand of Tarnoff comes in contact with it. Schwartz is off the monitor. He goes over to the official score, and point will stay with Oklahoma.
Looked like, Jacob, that ball may have landed inbounds anyway, so it could have been maybe Rockwell challenging whether Pfiffner touched the net perhaps on the kill attempt, but no matter what, call stands and it's the right one, and this game is tied.
Drunick to Lang, gets the kill.
It's a huge kill for Ava Lang. A little bit quiet in this game. Only her sixth kill, but a timely one in a crucial spot in this game. They'll need her to step up in the end of this set and perhaps a fifth set, depending on how the result of this one goes, if they want to win this game, they being Notre Dame.
Chamberlain quickly to Shelton, who makes no mistake.
What a duo those two are looking to be in this game is Chamberlain, that passing ability, that setting ability, just putting it in the right spot, and the finishing ability from Alexis Shelton is just unmatched in this game, and something that Oklahoma will have in their back pocket for the entire season, barring any injury, will make them a successful team.
Grunek to Lang, and Ava Lang with another kill. The freshman has made an impact as soon as she has stepped on campus, and she had 13 kills in her Irish debut versus Wichita State, and now here today already contributing all weekend long.
Yeah, she really stood out on Thursday against Illinois. Even today, she's had a decently strong game as well. She continues to develop as a player. You know, you mentioned she's a true freshman, just brand new on this campus, on this team, in this system. And so for Notre Dame, having someone like her to complement Sydney Palazzolo is crucial. And that's why they look to be more successful than they were last year and really take a big step forward in Selima Rockwell's second season as head coach.
Challenge called on the floor. EJ Schwartz goes back over to the monitor to take a look at it.
I believe the call on the court is Notre Dame point. Not sure what they could be challenging, whether it was perhaps out of bounds, perhaps a net violation, double touch. We'll have to see when we get another look, but this is the second challenge for Oklahoma, so if this one fails, they would be out for the rest of the game.
Off the deflection, Oklahoma is able to pick up a point. Chamberlain now to serve. For Oklahoma.
So Oklahoma retains that challenge. Good catch by their entire coaching staff on that effective overturn.
Oklahoma picks up the point after McDowell kills it into the green. Grunek to Lang. Checked it at the net, but the block goes out of bounds. Irish tie it back up at 18. Notre Dame, this is a big set. Trying to continue on in the match. They need to win this set to force the fifth set of today's contest. Shelton blocked by McDowell and Schrader.
What a great block. That was mostly Charity McDowell on that block. One of the few times we've seen Alexis Shelton been blocked, and what great work by the two Irish there and winning the point.
Monson goes out for it. Palazzolo gets it right over. Burks keeps it alive. Schrader went out diving for it. Now the most dangerous player for the Sooners goes to serve.
Up to 24 kills on the afternoon and still hitting at a .422 hitting percentage. So just doing everything right for Oklahoma in this game.
Grunek behind the back to Schrader. Off the block. Chamberlain tried to go out reaching for the dig. Unsuccessful.
Fiona Schrader on the kill for Notre Dame. She's been a real impact player this season, and she's taking a big step forward after a freshman year in which she wasn't one of the premier players on this team, but now she is, and she's holding her own very well. She's performing very well, and she's a big part of this Notre Dame success today.
Preston. Watson passes to Schrader, light tap. Ellison's there. Preston rejected again. Roja gets it to Preston. Monson gets a forearm on it. Drunick down to Tarnoff. Tarnoff couldn't change directions to get it down.
What an unbelievable rally we just saw there, Jacob. Just great work by both teams on defense. We didn't see either team's strong outside hitter in Preston or Palazzolo go for a kill, but we saw some other sources of offense and just resilient work by both teams on defense, and it was eventually Oklahoma winning a critical point.
Service ace for Oklahoma. It'll be a timeout here for the Irish, looking to try and lock things up here in set 4 to push a set 5. Salima Rockwell wants to talk things over with her team. If you're Aaron Mansfield, just got to try and continue what you're doing to not allow anything try and really spiral on you.
Yeah, it's been a really close set this entire set. 41 points, and it seems that both teams are right there with each other, blow for blow. And right now, Notre Dame feeling like they had maybe lost a little bit of momentum. And I think this is a good timeout. Still 2 left, so that Rockwell still has another one if it goes poorly after this timeout to use. So for Notre Dame, this is a critical point to tie this game up as opposed to fall behind by 2.
You see right there, Salima and Drunick talking, 2 of the setters. Salima Rockwell's background is in setting, and having Drunick come in and have that conversation with her shows how they want to set that offense. As the setter, you are the focal point of that offense, and trying to have that conversation with a grad student, someone that's very experienced in Nicole Drunick, who's seen volleyball at the highest level, trying to figure out how they want to play that scheme.
Yeah, experience to experience conversation in that interaction between Rockwell and Drunick as we get a look at the upcoming schedule for Notre Dame. Home and home against Toledo next weekend, and then Boston College, Syracuse, and Louisville the following week and weekend. This will be some great matchups. We'll have 4 of those for you. All the home games on ACC Network Extra, as Notre Dame will look to have a great start to their season and into conference play as well.
Service error against Oklahoma. Gets Irish back at 21. 2 teams tied. Kaylee Dockery.
So we get a look at Alyssa Manitsis. What a play to let that one go out. That did not miss by much, but we talk about her IQ, the way she sees the court, and allowed them to win that point on the service error.
Chamberlain to Preston off the block. Palazzolo. Tarnoff kept alive. Chamberlain behind the back to Ellison. Light tap. Monson comes in diving. Drunick will just set it right over. Fifth dart rejected at the net by Tarnoff. Irish pick up the point, and a timeout now for the Sooners.
Talk about someone who stepped up in this 4th set on the blocking front for Notre Dame. Tarnoff with another block. She had one earlier on the solo island play, and she gets another one there, and forcing Oklahoma to spend their last timeout as Notre Dame retakes the lead and retakes control of this game. They've got the crowd into it. That's why perhaps Mansfield goes for the timeout to settle it down. But for Notre Dame, what an exciting point to win. And what an exciting finish to this set we're going to have here.
Having a conversation right now, this is what makes Notre Dame special, and this is what Salima Rockwell told us, what makes her team special right now. This is an all-player-led huddle right now, as Salima's talking with her own coaches there. The players are doing the majority of it, but for Salima Rockwell, she trusts her team to have that conversation themselves, as Craig Dyer will then go peek in there, talk about the serving plan. But really, it's all player-led right now in that conversation.
And it's a coach's dream to have such a reliable leadership group on any given team in any given sport, and we're seeing that here for this Notre Dame Fighting Irish volleyball team. The experience of Hattie Monson and Sydney Palazzolo and Nicole Drunick and some of the returning sophomores from last year, all those girls stepping up and being leaders in that huddle, allowing them to have those players-only meetings. And in crucial times like this, that just speaks volumes to the kind of culture and bond that Notre Dame volleyball has.
Aaron Mansfield and the Sooners, they want to lock this thing up, get on a bus a little bit quicker. They don't want to try and continue their time in this contest. Want to close the door on the Irish who are trying to poke through. Dockery gets it over. Preston rejected, block by Drunick. Nicole Drunick, the graduate transfer, has a smile on her face all the time and has a big smile here, understanding Irish are 2 points away.
Only one block through 3 sets and just 2 blocks and less 2 points for Notre Dame. That's why they're in the lead.
Preston, hard kill. Allison back to serve. Allison had 3 service aces yesterday against Illinois. However, this time serves it out of bounds. Irish now at set point.
David Lang back in the game. Sorry, Jacob, just want to point out that she's back in as Salima Rockwell going for the win with a kill mindset and putting Lang in the game, trying to win it on the offensive. They got 2 set points.
Dockery to Drunick to Lang, blocked, out of bounds. Irish respond, and we're going to a 5th set in South Bend. Notre ready to go. Irish won the toss and will serve. Shelton gets the kill and gets Oklahoma to lead things off in the scoring here in this 5th set.
The duo of 2 and 12 in white strike again as it's Chamberlain to Shelton for the kill, and Oklahoma off to a very strong start.
Kimoha serves it out of bounds. Irish pick up their point. Now Hattie Monson will now serve the libero, senior leader. Chamberlain to Shelton, blocked by Tarnoff and Schrader.
We'll get another look at that block. As you mentioned, Tarnoff and Schrader going up for it together. Couldn't quite tell who got their hands on it, but to them it doesn't matter. They're both equally excited, and Notre Dame takes the lead.
Shelton, hard kill.
Wow. I mean, what a kill from Shelton. The offense runs through her on this team. It's ran through her this entire overtime. It's just unbelievable work right there by her.
Service error against Oklahoma gets Irish back on the attack, and serve has been so crucial for both teams today. Trying to limit those errors here when every point just means a little bit more. Going to 15 instead of that 25 makes these first points in a set that much more crucial. Drunick rejects it. Irish now leading by 2.
You can sense the excitement in the Notre Dame 6 on the court now, and even the ones on the bench, they are so fired up for this 5th set, and they're playing like it too. Just unbelievable work on the blocks and the attack.
Monson to Palazzolo. on the deflection. And it's going to be a quick timeout from Aaron Mansfield. He's seen enough. Irish lead by 3. He uses his timeout decisively here early in this 5th set. Day off, they played Thursday, but have a little bit more rest, but everything's got to come out in the tank here for both teams, understanding how important this 5th set is. Palazzolo goes cross court. Sydney Palazzolo with beautiful placement.
The look on Hattie Monson's face after that kill. What an unbelievable read by Palazzolo to find that space and just getting Notre Dame that point.
Jernick back to Palazzolo. She kills it into the net. Oklahoma brings in Riley Fay. Transfer from New Mexico State. Back in last year was a West Athletic Conference leader in aces with 53. Trying to look for a big serve here for her Sooners. Jernick to Lang. Chamberlain to Preston. Down in front of Monson. A big kill for Taylor Preston. He wasn't really there in that first set, but has started to come in and has been a big contributor here in this latter half of the game.
Absolutely, Jacob. She was someone we highlighted in the Open as someone Oklahoma was going to rely on both in this game and throughout their entire season. We've seen her in these clutch moments as the game has progressed, stepping up and helping Oklahoma work their way back to a tie.
Allison's able to get the kill. Fay on a service run. Fay, though, serves it into the net.
Service error on Riley Fay. We saw right out of the timeout a service error by Notre Dame, allowing Oklahoma to take some momentum and get all the way back to a tie game in this set. And now we see a service error against Oklahoma. Let's see if Notre Dame can do the same and retake control of this 5th set.
Alexander gets it over. Chamberlain quickly to Fefner. Dug out by Alexander. Drunick. Palazzolo going to Chamberlain. Kimoha digs it out. Preston gets it across. Lang off the deflection. No one's there. Point Irish. Now at this 8, this is where both teams will switch sidelines.
And while they do, it gives us a chance to talk about that great rally we just witnessed. We haven't seen too many of those in this game, but just a great rally, and Notre Dame ends up winning it. We're going to head to break here.
We'll take a quick break and be right back. Notre Dame leading.
Okay, again, this is a status bar, this is a search bar. Let's know the difference, okay?
Social media. It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Now, what does it mean to slide into someone's DMs? It sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, we're not ready for that.
As a team, we'll get there.
It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, do you really think we need 47 photos of fun dinner at Pam's?
Yes.
No.
Wait, the game is going on.
Welcoming it back. Quick break by both teams there. Irish able to pick up the point on the block. AC Alexander right now with the Irish on her backs on a 3-0 scoring run. Well, let's go back and get you caught up in what you may have missed.
The Irish have been doing a much better job. Oh, that's before we even went to break, as a kill for the Irish to stretch that lead to 8-6. They now lead 9-7. What you may have missed to make it 9-6 was a big block by the Irish. That's something they've gotten way better at as this game has gone on.
Drunick up over to Lang. Rejected by Fiftner and Chamberlain. Allison now back. She floats it over, but took too much on it. Kaylee Dockery with a high IQ play to let it go out of bounds. It's Irish back to the service line for Nicole Drunick.
So many high IQ players and so many high IQ plays on this Notre Dame team, and we saw another one there. Another one that doesn't go out by much, but it does, and Notre Dame wins the point because of it.
Preston able to get it down. Out in front, Palazzolo. Sydney Thompson now to serve. Defensive specialist. Palazzolo receives the serve. Drunick up over to Schrader. Just too far out of her reach. Point will go the Sooners' way. There'll be a timeout for Salima Rockwell and her team to talk things over. Both teams tied at 10. We saw it in the first set as Oklahoma's able to pull away 29-27. Then it was the Irish getting 21-25, and then ultimately on the backside it was 25-14. Oklahoma getting it done. Then in the fourth set, it was 25-22. Notre Dame gets it done. And now here in this fifth set, it's just continuing to be what has been today's contest, a very back and forth match.
Yeah, both teams have really shown me something at different points of the game. I thought Oklahoma being able to win that first set was a real sign of who they are as a team. And Notre Dame's ability to win that fourth set after falling behind and losing big in the third set really shows the resiliency they have, something they may not have had last year in Salima Rockwell's first year, but now they have a new vibe around the team. So both teams really showing why they are premier talents in their conferences in volleyball this year, and we're seeing really two amazingly coached and amazingly put together teams here at Purcell Pavilion today. And what other way to cap off an exciting game than 10-10 in the fifth set?
Both teams ready to go in this decisive fifth set. Fans starting to get into it here at Purcell Pavilion. Thompson puts too much on it for the service error. Irish now 4 away from closing out this one. They'll bring in Alyssa Menezes to serve, the freshman defensive specialist from San Antonio, Texas. Chamberlain to Shelton, blocked by McDowell and Schrader, kept alive. Drunick setting as she was falling. Schrader through the block. Shelton has it go out of bounds. Irish pick up a point.
It's really been one of the differences in this fifth set than perhaps the third set, is Notre Dame is winning those long rallies as they pick up the point, as we see a replay of that block leading up to that point win for Notre Dame. Just such an improvement over earlier in this match when they could not find an answer for any of these blocks. We've got a stoppage on the play, perhaps a challenge coming for Oklahoma.
It is a challenge from Aaron Mansfield and the Oklahoma bench to look at it, sending E.J. Swartz, the second referee, to the monitor. And sometimes you use that challenge almost as a timeout to talk to their team. Haven't used it, but Oklahoma has their timeout still in their possession.
Certainly, I think a good time for this challenge. Not only is that play close, whether that was in or out of bounds, but as you mentioned, Jacob, sort of a timeout for this team. There's not much time left in this game, so this is a second timeout for Oklahoma to regather themselves, and perhaps they may even get lucky and win this challenge and end up tying the score as we get another look at this last hit. Tough to tell from that angle whether it was in or out, as it was Alexis Shelton on the attempt. Referee Schwartz over there on the monitor taking a good long look at this one. This is the longest challenge process we've had tonight, so certainly a very close call.
Understanding how pivotal this call could be in the makeup for the rest of this game. Don't worry, though. Salima Rockwell keeping the good times rolling here. Aaron Mansfield looking to try and hopefully win this and bring the momentum back to the Sooners' side.
This is a critical point in this game. It's either Notre Dame leads, Oklahoma's out of timeouts, out of challenges, and Notre Dame gets the serve, or Oklahoma ties the game, retakes the serve, and they retain their challenge, which they can use in the future as another timeout.
Points stands for the Irish. Call is confirmed on the court. Benitez to serve for the Irish. Shelton gets a strong kill cross court.
So we once again see the brilliance from Alexis Shelton. That's 27 kills on the day. Just continuing to be unbelievable for this Sooners team.
Drunick. Palazzolo blocked by Burks and Chamberlain. We're tied at 12. Both teams in a tic-tac-toe match.
Yeah, and what a game we're seeing today. Tic-tac-toe is something you like to use, Jacob, and it's something that accurately describes this game as just going back and forth and back and forth. And right now it's a tie game.
Palazzolo gets it over somehow. Burks gets Drunick. Monson lays out for it. Schrader trying to capitalize on it. Kept alive. Irish get it over. Shelton as Schrader with the block on a play that was crazy. Finds a way to get the Irish on the attack. And now a quick call by Mansfield will go over to the scoring table.
That ball hit a bunch of bodies before Notre Dame got the block and the point. Now, with Oklahoma out of challenges, I'm not sure how they're able to take another look at this. Perhaps just asking referee Schwartz and having him go over and look at it on his own accord. But without a challenge, Oklahoma may be out of luck here. It announced the play is under review. As the kill attempt from the Sooners looked like it hit 2 or 3 green bodies before it was just hit over the net by Lauren Tarnoff, I believe. And eventually Notre Dame wins the points. This becomes another critical point in this game as to how many Notre Dame players it hit. As instantly as it happened, the Oklahoma coaching staff held up the number 4, all of them, signaling that it had been 4 touches for the Irish. But referees did not see it the same, and we'll have to see what the replay shows.
Schwartz quickly away, though. They'll go over to the scorer's table. As he's talking in his earpiece to Rob Rodriguez, his first referee that's up on the tower. And now Schwartz having a conversation with Mansfield here. And now after that conversation, he's going to go back over to the monitor to look again. And now Salima Rockwell having a conversation with Schwartz, asking why he's going back to the monitor here.
Another look at what they could be potentially looking at. That was how the point was won. What a great block for the Irish. That's why this has to even be looked at. Is Notre Dame able to stifle the kill attempt from Alexis Shelton and win the point on a block, something they really didn't do early in this game, but have really, really done well as the game has progressed and made that really big adjustment that's allowed this 5th set to even happen and for them to be potentially even winning this 5th set as it goes down to the wire.
Irish players huddling up on the court here to have that conversation, but don't worry, their bunch is playing a little leapfrog back there as well, trying to keep the energy high right now, with Schwartz still over at the monitor. Now he'll go over to the official scores. We'll see what the official call is. It will be a 4-touch, 4 players that touched the ball before it went over. So that would give the point to Oklahoma, which it does. Schwartz walks it through Rockwell. She has no contest to it. But now Oklahoma and the Sooners leading by 1.
It's a really good break for Oklahoma that the refs even decided to look at that play again, considering they were out of challenges. They do end up making what most likely is the right call, as it looked like in that mayhem leading up to the point that it did touch 4 Irish players, and so Oklahoma will take that, and they take the lead.
Benitez. Palazzolo. Chamberlain to Burtz. Monson now back off to Schrader. Misplay by Drunick. And now Oklahoma at match point here. And there'll be a timeout for Salima Rockwell to talk things over with their team. Call a big one there. And now for the Irish, they're going to have to play some stout defense.
Yeah, big opportunity for Oklahoma, taking advantage of that call that they received on their end. And as we get potentially another look at it, that was the last point for Oklahoma. Another kill for Shelton. Just an unbelievable game she's had. We saw her after Oklahoma took their timeout in this overtime. She seemed, there was anger in her eyes. There was passion. She knew that Notre Dame was off to a strong start in this 5th set. She's rallied her troops, she's rallied her team, and she's leading the way as Oklahoma's got 2 chances at match point in what has been a crazy game.
Both teams, they leave their huddles understanding how pivotal every point is from here on out. Oklahoma on a current 4-0 scoring run. They sit in the driver's seat.
If you're Notre Dame, you got to be thinking this would be a timely spot for a service error for Oklahoma, given how prone they are to that. So if you're Oklahoma, you've got to just make sure that this one is in. And it's Kimoha going back to the serve. You just got to make sure that this one is over the net and lands in bounds.
Kimoha gets it over. Drunick to Palazzolo. Off the deflection. Irish pick up the point. Still at match point here for Oklahoma. Irish though now in the driver's seat as they're on the serve. Monson gets it over. Chamberlain sets it to Shelton. Out of bounds. Irish will keep this game moving. We're tied at 14.
Because why not, Jacob? I mean, did you really think that Oklahoma is going to be able to not let this go to a 14-14 tie? I mean, let's just play on. Let's keep going all night.
Shelton, hard kill, dug out, coming back our way. But now, once again, Oklahoma has the opportunity. They lead 15-14. Service error. Irish tie it back up at 15.
Then coming into the game for Notre Dame, 2 service. Kaylee Dockery, she's one of their best servers, and this is a big spot for her.
Dockery gets it over the net. Chamberlain will come out for it. Shelton blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Now Shelton will go back to serve for the Sooners. Anitsis. Palazzolo gets the kill. We continue on. What a match it's been from Sydney Palazzolo, putting the team on her back and gets the kill, threading the needle.
25 for her on the day. What location on that kill. What a big play in a big-time spot.
Everyone to Preston. Palazzolo digs it out. Cross-court set. Shelton down to a knee. Preston out of bounds. Irish pick up the point. And now Notre Dame at set point. But now another call for the challenge. Selena Rockwell asking how many more challenges Mansfield has, and if you win it, you retain it. He won that last one, so he retains that challenge, has that ability to call for one here. And E.J. Swartz, the second referee, will go back over to the monitor. And what a fifth set it's been. What a match it's been here in South Bend. So happy to have you with us here tonight. Charlie Morris alongside me. I'm Jacob Irons. Doug Thompson back in the control room for us. What a game it's been so far today between these two teams. We knew that these were the premier teams here in this Irish Invitational, and they're showing out why right now.
Yeah, this has been one of the best volleyball matches anyone could ever ask for, right, Jacob? And it's just going to continue. We're in overtime of the fifth set. This game started at 2. It's past 4:30. No one wants to leave. Everyone wants to just keep watching. You've got to keep your eyes glued to the TV. And just what a game it's been. And what an atmosphere here inside Purcell Pavilion as well.
And you take a look at that last point. And whether there is a deflection on it.
So what's interesting about this point is right away, Kimoha and Preston instantly put their hands up as if to signal they believe it was touched. Whereas Notre Dame, no indication whatsoever as that blocking line goes instantly to celebrate. And it will be Notre Dame's point.
Notre Dame will stay with the point. Challenge will be unsuccessful. Aaron Mansfield goes over to have that conversation. Sydney Palazzolo to serve. Irish at match point.